Welcome back to the Etc. Podcast. I got my co-host Mark here. I'm Victor. Welcome back. It's been a long time for us.
Yeah.
For you guys, it's just another week.
Another week, another us.
Yeah. What's going on, Mark? What's new? I feel like I haven't seen you or talked to you in forever.
No, you just leave the States and you just like...
This man texted me at 2:30 in the morning on some late night, like, you up?
Yeah. I was like, you up? And then he responded, but like I had my phone like on Do Not Disturb because I was like, it was like a couple minutes and I was like, he's probably asleep. So I was just like, I would just let it go. And then next thing I realized he texted me. But yeah, I've been chilling. That's crazy because I had some things I was like, I'm going to bring up. One thing I do remember is like, what's crazy is, so I never liked this. But then I ended up getting. You're thinking too much into it.
No, I'm not.
Your face is immediately.
I'm just like, where is this going?
No. So I recently got into like doing like Sudoku puzzles.
Okay.
Exactly.
I could have guessed 30 things. I would have never said
exactly.
Keep going.
But yeah, I started getting into Sudoku puzzles. I never knew really how to do it, honestly.
Still don't.
You don't?
I don't think I do.
It's actually pretty simple, and I didn't think it was that simple when like I was.
Sudoku is like the one with the numbers, like, and then there's empty blocks and stuff.
Yeah, it's literally each box has its own thing, and all you have to do is just make sure you fill all the boxes 1 through 9, and you just can't let the other boxes that are either horizontal or vertical of it have the same number within that line of that box.
Okay.
So say if it was like 1, 2, like 1 straight all the way to 9. You can't have a 1 in the next box under in that same line or next to it in that same line on the top.
You can't have multiple ones.
You can't have multiple ones on the same line that are going to that one.
But you can have like double-digit numbers in there?
No, that's what I'm saying. It only goes 1 through 9.
But the boxes are 1 through 9, so what do you do?
What do you mean? What do you mean? The 1 through 9?
So there's 9 blocks, right?
Yeah.
And you have 1 in that line.
Yeah.
And you have to fill it with a bunch of other numbers, but it's only 1 through 9.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. It's a box, so it's only 1, 2, 3.
Oh, it's not like
four, five,
not like a
six,
crossword
7, 8,
puzzle
9.
box, like a section.
No, like a section box. That's what I tried. Yeah.
Okay.
So it's a section box, a square section box, and it's 1 through 9. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. And then all you have to do is just make sure that the other, like the number that you have for there, just doesn't line up with the one either, horizontal or vertical of it. You just got to fill them all up, and then that's literally it.
See, that would have been helpful for my flight because they be selling them books like,
Bro, that's what
like crazy.
Saying,
they be like crosswords and Sudoku. That's all you need to do.
That's what I be saying because I'm like, yo, I've seen it so many times, but never decided to ever want to do it because I'm like, why do people like this so much? It's just numbers. I'm like, why do you get so hyped for this? But then I'm like, realizing like it's not even that difficult. It's just, well, it actually can get really difficult. I only do like the easy, the medium ones.
Now, I was going to say, what I was going to ask.
Difficult.
What I was going to ask is like how, because I know those books would be like Sudoku puzzles. The books would be like this thick. How does it vary in difficult? Does it get like bigger?
So I don't think it really gets bigger. It actually might, honestly. I'm not sure. I didn't really look at it. But from what I have, because I just downloaded a game, like an app on my phone. And what like the hardest difficulty really does is because in easy, it's kind of like straightforward where the number that goes in that spot, like it has to be that number. Like it can't be any other number.
Right.
Now when you get to the expert level, they start making it where you might be able to fit, like they don't really give you a wrong answer. At least on the game. If you were doing it on paper, you wouldn't know and you would have to like use pencil because if you use pen and fuck up, you would have to erase. So you would have to use pencil. And really when it gets to the harder difficulty, it's kind of like you put the number there and you could think that that's fine. But then when you end up getting to the other boxes, you end up realizing you can't put that number there because now that number's there. So you end up having to like fix a bunch of shit.
So it's a lot of erasing.
So like if you end up getting to the last box and shit doesn't work out, you might end up fucking all the way in the beginning and you have to end up doing everything over. So it like can get pretty annoying when you're just like, shit. And then you're like, where did I fuck up at?
How did this start?
I was just on the phone and then this person I was talking to was actually just, they were like, I forget how it came up, but they were just actually talking about Sudoku, and I was like, I don't know how to do it. I was like, I've never did it, and every time I seen it, I looked away from it because I'm like, I could care less about it. And then eventually I just downloaded the game, and I was just like, huh. I was like, okay. I thought it was like some shit where you had to like multiply, divide, and some shit.
You're like, math? Fuck
I'm
that.
like, yeah, I don't want to do this, and people think of it as fun. I was like, I'm fine. But it was like, yeah, just to think that I see so many people doing this. And then not to mention, like, I remember I was in class one time and this kid was actually just playing it. And I was just like, this is what you play in class for fun?
You know what's
to
funny?
buy time?
In like, most specifically in college, like when we were back in person, you would see like a lot of, I don't know, I feel like I would experience that, just like looking around the room and some of the stuff that people do is like, that's what you do with your
That's an
time.
interesting choice of something to, spend your time doing, You can do anything else. For some reason, you're doing a crossword or a Sudoku, or it'll be like a specific crossword that's just like, what?
Yeah. That's another thing I was going to bring up is like I had a work meeting on Friday and it was like for my department, like my manager or whatever, like he's cool. We were doing our like company-wide meeting and it's like we're having like serious conversation like, oh, like this is going to go, the events we're having in the next couple months, like this and that. And then my manager, like just being stupid, he was like, all right, quick question. Does anybody know a 4-letter word for for bend? And everybody just like in the chat because it's online, just like doing this shit, and we're just like cracking up because like, why would you? Yeah, but that's like that's what I want to mention is like crosswords as well. Like
those are different because those are the ones where it's like you said, a 4-letter word for bend. Usually like
you should be there stuck.
Yeah.
But what be fucking me up is like because people were doing it, they were giving answers. And it was like numerous answers.
And some that you probably didn't think of.
That, and it's just like, how do you, like, I'm guessing there's an answer key at the end of it or something.
Probably.
But like, how do you, like, there's so many options.
Yeah.
Like, people are like mold, fold, bend, like, all this other shit. So, like, how, like, I need to know, like, a solid answer. So I'm hoping there's an answer key there.
True.
But what if my answer's right, too? Like, that's, like, I hate shit like that.
Yeah.
Like, even in school, it's like, oh, like, or you could even relate this even back when like we were in middle school. It's like,
oh, that's what happened all the time.
Like we would find out the answer, or our answer would fit, but it's not what they wanted. Like that's not how that works. Like that's not what being right means.
Yeah.
Like so now I'm not learning what's the correct way. I'm just learning what you think is right.
Yeah, and I'm just
now this got really deep.
Yeah, right.
So like I used to hate that. I used to hate that with school because it's just like, all right, so
God, told us.
No. In all reality. That's a lot of school. It's like you're not even learning how to do, say, trigonometry. You're learning how to do how this person perceives, like, does trigonometry. Because then you go to another, because you could take trigonometry and say high school, or like, let's say calc. You could take calc in high school, and it'll be hard as fuck. And then you'll go to another teacher, like, oh, like, I usually do it this way. And it's just so much easier.
Yeah.
And it's both the right answer.
It's just,
so what the fuck, like, so.
Yeah, it's like, it's really that whole, the book, like it's literally about the book, and then if they just that's like how they want it. And
so
then,
I'm not. So even if you find your own way to do it, it's wrong to them because it's not how Mr. Johnson does calc.
True.
That's fucking dumb to me. That's why I hated.
But that's the thing too that sucked because then like you had to like if you didn't do it by how the book did it and did it yourself, you like had to keep it a secret because then like
they would say you're wrong.
Yeah, because
and then they got to like the thing of like show your work. It's
that's
like,
what I'm saying because then if you ended up getting the answer way quicker than everybody else, and then they're like wondering, well, how did you do it? And then you tell them, and they're like, well, you can't do that.
That's not how I taught you. So that's not what
like,
being
what
correct means.
You can't. Like what? I got it right.
In what way? In what world is like there's only one way to get to a certain solution? Like
math.
Everybody has their own fucking. See, this is getting super deep. Everybody has their own way of doing things and getting to the same place. Like
yeah,
everybody needs to make money. Not everybody makes money the same way.
It's true, but it's
same thing with answers. Like
it's the circle of life, Victor. There's no circle and then a branch off. You know.
Yeah, I guess.
It's just a circle. It just go around. Like,
that you know of. So
that's true.
But then it's like also like with even like basic like multiplication, where it gets to like if somebody says like where it gets beyond like 12 times 12, where somebody's like 15 times 20.
Yeah.
A lot of people break that down differently.
True.
Some people will dead up do 15 times 20. Some people will do like, oh, I'll do 20 times 10 and then do 5 times this.
5 times that.
Like,
yeah. And then just, yeah.
And some people were like
5, 20.
Okay, hold on. Slow down. Shut up. I'm trying to focus.
Let me write it 10 times. All right. And add it.
All right. No. Hold on. 20 plus 20.
Yeah.
Plus 20.
That's what I'm saying, right?
Plus 20. Plus 20.
I got it, guys. After you already did the third problem now, I finally got the first one. It's like, okay, bro.
Yeah. So I don't know. I would never thought we went from Sudoku to this. I didn't even think we were going to start with Sudoku.
This is true.
But That shit, I don't know. That just was one of my many issues with school and shit. Of just people just being like, oh, like
really depends.
It's like this is right, but I don't like how you did it. So half off or no points at all.
Bro, there really be teachers like that. It's
There's
like
a lot of teachers.
Half point off, and it's like, bro, are you so miserable?
In all reality, like some shit I be thinking about is like, one, there's like I feel like in every school there's like, say if there's two teachers that teach the same subject, a lot of people are like, yo, I hope I get this person because people usually do better in his class or her class. And then this one's like, oh, he's an asshole or he teaches the way more unnecessary, difficult way, and people usually do shitty. So it's like,
that's the reason.
That's why even me, like as I got older, I didn't hang up as much on like my grades as much because it's like, it's fucked up because some people just get like there's some like the bullshit teacher where it's just like, oh, like do whatever you want and you're gonna get at least an A. And then there's the other one where they really teach the shit or even whatever way. Like regardless, like there's so much that goes into your grade that it's like, even if I bust my ass, I could still end up with a C or an A. It doesn't make sense.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. That's why I was just like in school, I was just like, you know what? I'm gonna just do what I can and just leave it at that. I'm not gonna like, because I used to really be stressed about that shit. And like, as much as like I am serious about like my school and like doing well, as there was a certain point, it's like, yo, I'm gonna give myself a fucking heart attack if I don't realize the fact that like, regardless, there's like, think about how much better your grade could have been if a lot of those teachers didn't exist. Of like, oh, you didn't do it the way I taught you, or like, oh, just any bullshit reason that had nothing to do with actual learning.
I feel like it would be a lot better just because off of the fact that you'll probably have a lot more confidence onto like you doing your work because you feel like, okay, yes, I know I can do this. Whereas when they teach you that only linear way, you're just sitting there like, if it's hard for you now, you're like sitting there like fucking stressing like shit. Like, I did this like 3 times. I still can't get it. What the fuck? And if I don't do it this way, I'm going to fucking get told, well, I'm telling you. And then they try to teach you again. They're like, look, you do this. This is like, I get you're doing it. But when I do it, I still can't do it.
Yeah, it's not how I operate.
Exactly. So it's like, I feel like if you were able to do it in a way where you're kind of more comfortable, it would just be so much just simpler. And like people would have more confidence and just be able to actually like say, yeah, I can do it. And then not really have an issue. And
even like between schools, like, physics in my school could be completely different from physics in your school and another school, and it could be way more difficult. And it could be under the same subject, but like y'all learn easier topics or y'all learn harder topics. And it's the same class, but one teacher's an asshole or like teaches or wants to make sure you actually learn the shit, so he teaches you the real way. Another teacher just lets you slide. So it's just like this crazy varying thing is like, you don't even know how to use this to measure if you're smart or know the subject or not.
It's all a point system.
Exactly, and there's so many more factors that go into your grade than just knowing the subject, and that's fucking bullshit.
Like just being there,
as that too, or if you feel like talking in class or not. Bro, my grade went in my last semester. I had like this one class where I was killing it all semester, but my teacher never put in grades, and I don't like it was. I would talk sometimes,
but you didn't know that was like a factor.
I did, but like. My shit was chilling enough where I was like, I talk a decent amount, like I'll be okay. And then the last day of school, she just drops all the grades into the thing and my shit just drops. And I'm like, because I ain't feel like talking.
But that's her fault though, because again, her doing it the last minute and not really bringing it to light, I guess.
Yeah,
it's just like, bro, like, the hell, you weren't going to say anything? Like, you could have let everybody know, because again, like, that's a factor. And if somebody really, really cares about their grade and they just happen to think they did all right enough, and then...
Like, I was here every day.
Yeah.
I did all the projects and assignments and presentations, and you would say, like, yo, you did an amazing job. And at the end, you're just like, fuck you.
But
like,
you didn't talk enough.
Like, yeah, like...
job, but I wanted to hear your voice more. It's like, okay.
It's so dumb.
Yeah, grades.
I had another part to that, but I keep forgetting it because I'm getting so wrapped up in the fact that school's stupid. But, you know what's other thing that's done back to the, and then we can move on. When you were talking about like Sudoku and shit, and you were talking about like erasing stuff. You know what's fucking I hated that I thought were so dumb, but we always had to buy them erasable pens.
Oh, that was so stupid,
bro. Like,
okay,
they didn't even look like real pens.
So I'm not gonna lie. I was stacked with them, Jones.
Everybody was
stacked with them.
Black, blue, red, all of them.
The red one was pretty tough. I'm not gonna lie.
But like, it was like this faded, like half-ass pen.
Yeah, it was. And then not to mention, like, bro, that shit ran out within like the week.
Yeah,
it literally ran out within the week. That pen was gone within the week. I hated that shit.
That dumbass dustier. Why are all the erasers dusty?
They were bad. They were so bad. I don't.
And you would have to
understand. Really, bro.
just to get that shit off.
Bro, those erasers were so bad, and then you had to like you really had to just make sure you didn't dig your pen deep into the paper, because then like you said, like the eraser barely worked. So now that shit's still there. So it was like, what was the point? Oh my god,
it makes no sense. Just use at that point. Just use pencil.
What was I in where it was like, I forget. I think it was in high school where it was like if you use the pen, you know, I can't remember, but it was like to erase it instead, you had to like lick your finger and then like
that was St. Peter's.
Was it St. Peter's? Okay, I wasn't sure.
Dumbass rule. Then your paper would just fall apart.
Yeah, and then if you did too much, it would just
you just have this whole like.
I was like, what
just
am I
use a
do?
pencil. And if
like,
you
what am I
want,
supposed to do?
If you don't trust us fucking up as kids, then don't make us use pen. Like just let us use pencil. Or if you want to see us use like red or whatever, just get a pencil that's fucking red.
That's true. Yeah.
You can still erase it.
Yeah.
Or if you want to see black or blue, whatever. There's color pencil. There's whatever.
Not even to mention, some people didn't even want blue. They just wanted black. It was just like.
And what is that ink made out of that it disappears?
Bro, that thing went away in like 2 seconds. I was like, what is this pen? This is terrible. Like, I literally had to buy like 5 packs. It's like, there's no point.
And then also, I love the topics we're having today are so weird. But also, you ever have like some pencils where it's like they erase fine? And then there's some pencils with their eraser that it just made it fucking worse.
Bro, there's erasers that are like bricks. And I don't get how
Not
they
even,
got
it's just like, say you have writing, it's just like, all right, Mark, M-A-R-C. And then the C looks weird. You're like, I want to get rid of it. You go to erase, most pencils will get rid of it. Then there's that weird pencil that it just leaves you with a line like this across your page. So, why?
So it was like you know the push pencils and
the mechanical pencils.
Mechanical, that's what I'm going to say. And the eraser ended up having like scuff marks still on it.
Yes.
So because of that, and when you erased, it ended up leaving that mark there, and you were like, fuck.
But then there are some, like there are just some regular pencils that I still have at home that I don't use. That like I can just look at them like, yo, these are the ones that once you do that, it's just like basically like putting tar on your paper.
Yeah, and you're just done. You're like, shit. Like, but I hated that thing with the mechanical. So I would always make sure before I used it, I looked at it and I was just like on the desk so I can get it off of it.
Get rid of that first.
Yeah, so that way when I erase, it'd be perfect. Because it'd always be perfect if there was no scuff marks on it. But when there was one scuff mark and you had to erase, that John was like, I was like, damn. Fuck. Okay, I'm gonna be here for a minute, everybody. Give me a second, please. Just give me a second. I'm gonna be here for a second.
Now that I think, like post middle school, I don't think I ever bought pens or pencils ever again. Bro. Like in high school, I would just find a pencil and just ride that shit out for the entire year.
Bro, I was notorious for that, bro.
Like I would just survive off of that.
If anybody knows me who I was close with in the bro, I did not buy a single pencil, bro. I asked somebody for a pencil every day. I did not buy another pencil. I was looking.
Oh, you one of them. You was just like,
yeah, bro. I
would find my pen. I'd work for my pencils.
There was sometimes I find it, but then like literally like there'd just be the moment where I like class ends and I fucking forgot it at the desk, and I was like, I'll be in the next class. I was like, fuck. I was like, bro, I have a pencil.
My thing would be like, and it will always happen on like a test day. True. Like I would throughout the year, I'd just be walking around class or like the hallways and I would find a mechanical pencil. So I'm like, bet I would never pick up wooden pencils because fuck that. But
no point.
You gotta sharpen them. Fuck that.
Exactly.
But
one ball that's just standing up.
Yeah.
It's like, all right.
Or you got this fancy electric Jones like wake up the whole fucking building. True. But I would find like a mechanical and I'd be chilling. And then like sometimes I get lucky and like I'll get like 3 or 4 and I have them in my bag and I'll be chilling. And then like test day comes and I'm ready. I'm like, fuck, this one's empty. And I got like 20 in my bag that are just all empty that I just never threw out. So I'm like, fuck, like what am I gonna do? But like, yeah, that was my whole shit. Even in my school, that was the thing. Like, say if a student was like, I don't have a pencil, like, can I borrow one? But teachers in my school be like, go in the hallway and find one. And then come back. And they'll make you go and find one.
I'm down with that. Fuck. I'll be on a
because they know there's like one out there somewhere.
Hey, shit, I'll be down with that. Fuck. But like, I remember this one time though, I had a mechanical pencil and I was, bro, this was my baby. Like I literally had that joint.
Everybody has that pencil though. There was just like, like the color's just right and it writes perfectly.
It was perfect. But
it's full of lead.
But not to mention, bro, like it lasted long too. But it was also like I didn't lose it. Like there was so many I lost, bro. I had this joint for months. And then I remember I fucking forgot it or left it or fell. And I was like, bro, no. I was like,
Lucky.
I was like, bro, the one pencil I had for so long, I just hated it. I think it was blue too. I was like, damn, man.
The one I had, it was I'm gonna tell you the pencil right now. I still picture it clear as day. It was a black Bic one, Bic, BIC, white eraser, and then the little part that you like could use on your shirt, I guess. Like, you know what I'm talking about? Like where like the little part that sticks out.
Yeah.
What is that for? Is that for your like your page, I guess?
Maybe. Yeah.
Or your shirt. Nerds usually put it on their shirt.
Yeah, usually it's on your shirt.
In like TV shows. But like that little part was like orange. But you know how I am. I be like fucking with shit.
True.
I be clicking and fidgeting with shit. So that part was broken off.
Yeah, I usually.
And that thing lasted me all year. I miss you if you out there.
He's just sitting there in the corner somewhere. Victor, where are you?
Yeah.
But yeah, man, mechanical pencils.
That's true though. Everybody does have like that one like object that's just like, yo, like this is,
Bro, I love
like
it.
either the pen, like like those pens,
Oh,
the
ballpoint.
the Pelly grip, whatever pens, like the 5.0 gel.
Oh yeah,
It's like black
ballpoint,
ink, but it has like that yellow orangey like pus above it.
Oh yeah, the
Like inside the tube, you know what I'm talking about? That shit
above it,
fucking writes like magic.
those-
But what is that in
I
there?
don't
It was like plasma, like blood plasma or
I
something.
have no idea why that's in there. Make it look
I gotta look that
fancy.
up. What is? I gotta find out what's erasable pen made out of, like that ink, and what the fuck is that? I guess it's to preserve the ink, because
Maybe, yeah.
when you leave like if you don't put the cap on your pen, bro,
True.
that should be dry.
They're scraping your paper. But yeah, I think it is to do that while you have like the cap on and stuff, so it's like it doesn't dry out as fast or whatnot.
All right, last thing about pens, because this is the weirdest episode. Talking about Sudoku, school, and pens. What about those pens that, like, for whatever reason, they just have a clear tip plastic thing on the very... What is that? I mean, I guess it's the same purpose.
I think you take that off.
I know,
Yeah.
but it's just like,
Yeah, that is true. What is the purpose? Because like,
if you put the cap on there...
but not to mention like if you first buy it.
When they first came out with that, I was just writing. I'm like, yo, this shit is on ice. Like, it's not doing nothing.
Not doing anything. But no, like that is weird that they have it just because of the fact that like if you first buy it, why would there be a need to put that on there if the cap's already on there? You know what I'm saying? Like it's not like somebody's used it, so it's like it's new. So are y'all afraid the ink's gonna just pop out? But then you have the cap, so like what's the point?
You know what we're still
I
talking
wonder
about
how
pens.
much that cost. Like
Yeah.
what did that one little thing cost?
Nothing, basically.
Probably like half.
You know what I've never had happen to me that I feel like would happen all the time? That people's pens will pop in their pockets or some shit.
That never happened to me. Not
People's
one
pants would
time.
just, it looked like they inked on themselves. Like they're fucking squids. Like their whole pants would just be
Bro, their
dicked.
hand just be gone. I'm like,
The fuck happened to you?
bro?
Would you sit on that
my
shit?
pen popped. I'm like, how?
Like, what are you doing?
Bro, and I never understood as to like how it happened either. Like, is it just because of too much heat that like somehow like it just burst or like?
I think it's just people putting it in their back pocket or something, sitting on it.
I guess like I'm just thinking like I don't know. Like every time it happened, it always ran through my head like, how did it happen? Though?
Yeah.
Like
I don't know. It was shit.
my pen popped,
You just put your hand in your pocket. You're just like,
and I just be laughing though because I'm like when it happened to that person, I'm just thinking like, why do you got pens in your pocket? Bro?
Yeah, like-
why do you got pens in your pocket? Like,
where your
there's
pencil
no-
case at?
Exactly.
Grow up, be an adult.
Come on, have a place to put your stuff at, bro.
But something that did happen to me like that like hopefully this helps us change topic. I believe there's something where I stuck my hand in my pocket and I was like, oh, what the fuck is this? I went on vacation. I think it was vacation or something. We were going like Virginia or some shit. We were on a road trip and we stopped at like Olive Garden. I was like really young,
Okay.
but we ate there. Everything was chilling. But you know how they have those chocolates?
Yeah.
So they have those mint chocolates that are fucking disgusting.
Yeah.
But I never saw it before, and I was a kid, and I like chocolate. So I was like, oh fuck, like they got chocolate. Like I'm gonna grab all of these
I'm
chocolates.
dead.
I'm taking every time this waitress looks away, I'm taking all of her chocolate.
She'll never know.
So I did that, and mind you, this was back when I had like my phone was like a slide up phone. It was like this gray slide up like AT&T branded phone. It wasn't like a Galaxy or nothing. It was just like
no brand, John.
it was like slide up, QWERT, all that shit, ABC one
True. Yeah.
to type. and I fucking love that phone. But it was like gray. I had this clear case on it. It was fire. So I had that in my pocket, and then all those fucking mint chocolates. So I'm just telling like, yo, I'm gonna fuck these chocolates up when I get to the hotel. So we just on this road trip, and
it's a hot.
We're like
day.
we're like putting our bags in the hotel. I'm like, oh, let me get one of these chocolates. Like I digested my food, and I just fucking.
I can only imagine. I can only imagine just like
all this aluminum foil and just chocolate and mint just in my hand, and my phone was in that same pocket. Bro, to this day, if I still had that phone, I'm pretty sure there's like chocolate along the crevices that just seeped into it.
Bro.
I'm just in there like just trying to scoop that shit. Yo, that shit was so nasty. And then I ate one of the chocolates, and they're fucking gross. That's how I know I hate mint chocolate.
Yeah, mint's never good.
Do you like mint chocolate shit?
No.
Some people do.
I
don't know why.
I can like eat it.
Like, how do you feel about York peppermint patties?
I've never ate one. But like the thing is, like I feel like I could eat it if it's like there. Like if I accidentally eat it, I'm like, I can eat it. I'm not gonna sit here and be like, and spit it out. Like I'm not gonna spit it out. I can eat it, but it's just like no, I would never eat it, never at all.
That shit was nasty. And then I have another story. This isn't me though. This was in my pockets.
This was in my pockets.
This was back when I was selling phones. When I was at T-Mobile.
Okay. Hold it before you go. Like that's happened plenty of times though, where I've reached in my pockets and I've had like chocolate.
Oh, you've done it before?
It's happened before.
You know what happened to me too, with like a Reese's or some shit, and then I'll put it in the freezer or fridge to like get it back into shape because it won't like sleep out, but I just feel like it's like mush, and then I open it and it just looks so deformed. Like it looks like a Snickers.
You're like, what the hell is this?
But back when I was working at T-Mobile selling phones, you know, we have, you know, sometimes we would sell phones. You just do regular bill payments and shit. But then sometimes people have issues with their phone. So it was like a Sunday, like where it's just dead. And this one guy came in. So it was in this meeting, like two of the people in the store were like, fuck it, like we're bored, like let's help this guy out. He's like, yeah, like I'm paying my bill real quick, and then you help me out with my phone, like it's fucking up. And it was me and like the assistant manager. And he's mainly helping him. I'm doing the bill payment. And like, cool, like, what's up with your phone? And he's just like, oh, let me get it real quick. And he just goes like this and like hands it to the manager. And he just starts like yo, like what's going, like he's trying to check it. Like, oh, like when did this start? You know, the rundown. And he's like, but wait a minute, like, sir, like, what is this? Like, what is this on your phone? Like, he's like, oh, he said it wasn't charging. So he's like, oh, is this on your phone? He's like checking it. Usually we have like the aerosol cans, you know, we try to clean it out, you know, do tests. Maybe it's the cable. We test that out here. And this fucking chair. And and he's like, oh, that's birthday cake. Yo, the bull he still had a slice of cake in his pocket. Not in a Ziploc.
My man just came from the party.
Just a pure cake. No Ziploc, no, in his pocket with his phone. And when he took the phone, that was an iPhone with cake inside the charger hole. And the manager, he just threw it on the table like, yo, the fuck, like, why'd you hand it to me like this? Like,
bro, they said, bro, you want to take a slice? And he was like,
I don't got no plates and nothing. You gotta eat it now.
He said, all right, I'll take it.
It's like the people you see them videos, people like spaghetti in their pocket, that weird shit.
Yo, all right.
But yeah, like he was just like so disgusted. I'm like, why do you have crusty ass cake in your phone? Like this is like an iPhone. That's like $1,000 phone. Like what are you doing?
Yeah.
And he's like, yeah, I don't know why. I'm like, maybe it's because you have fucking cake on your phone. Nothing fits in the fucking charger hole, you idiot. But
nah, that can't be it. Though.
Yeah,
that can't be it though. Like,
and that
has to be something else.
People do shit like that all the time, and that's when I learned to like, whenever I would never touch the phone unless I asked first or like do any of that. Like I would ask about it. Because literally when I was in training for that job and like towards that, like it's like half like computer training, then they send you out to like actually work before you go to your store. The first person that came in, they didn't speak English, so I was helping them. But like I wasn't working on the phone, like somebody else was. That already is like an employee. And they spent all this time working on it. And then after we fix it or like we're getting close to fixing it, we're just like, oh, like what exactly happened to it? She's like, oh, I had it in my back pocket and it fell in my toilet while I was going to the bathroom. And the person is just like, why did you wait till now to tell me? I just spent like a half hour touching up on this phone. Like,
yeah, I could have possibly like put my hand near my face and shit and all that.
And what's fucked up too is like the manager, whatever, the trainer there, he's like, look, he's like, how much you want to bet that phone fell in the toilet?
Shit.
People are fucking rude like that. Like, yo, you should tell people shit like that.
It's definitely something important you should mention before doing and giving something to somebody. That's just messed up.
How do we get here? Oh yeah, chocolate and pens.
Chocolate and pens.
Yeah, that shit's nasty, bro. I'll never forget that.
I'm trying to remember if there was like other things. 'Cause I've had multiple things that I've like left in my pocket, and I was like, shit. I think there was. Now, I can honestly tell you, I don't know how. Because I'm thinking about it now, and I'm like, what the hell? But some reason, like gum, also.
I was thinking gum too. Like, you ever
gum? But I just don't remember in my head why. I think maybe because I wanted to spit it out, and maybe I put it back in the wrapper, and then I put it in my pocket because there wasn't a trash can around. I guess.
What I was thinking about, that this isn't really funny or like anything. It's just like. And this is not even worth mentioning, but like the whole, like you ever have like a pack of gum in the car during the summer, and then you just go to like chew the gum, and it's just like just melted gum. I don't know, that shit's nasty to me.
But then there'd be that hard ass gum.
Yeah.
That when you try to bend it, it literally breaks it.
Old. Yeah, it's just
You're like,
dust.
Damn. The hell?
I don't know what the hell that was. Whatever.
But yeah. Like, I can't think of any other thing, but yeah, there's been shit where it's like I forgot it was in my pocket. And then not to mention I would like have that gum there. So really like it would either stick in my pocket, you know that, or it doesn't, and then I ended up putting it in the washer and then dryer because I just didn't clean my pocket out. So then at the end when it'd be the dryer, just be like I go in there and I'm like, what the fuck is this? Like what the hell is this shit in my pocket right now? Yeah. Check your pockets. Check your pockets.
Keep an eye on those pockets.
Keep an eye on your pockets. Don't leave them unattended for too long.
Yeah.
Make sure.
Don't stuff 30 pieces of Olive Garden mint chocolate
Don't
in
do
them
that either. Yeah. If it's anything that's consumable, make sure you check it.
Use a Ziploc.
Use a Ziploc.
When you leave birthday parties.
Yes. Definitely the birthday party Ziploc. Use that plastic foil that you get to wrap around it that never fits anywhere. But yeah.
Oh, the fucking saran wrap.
The saran wrap, that's what it is. Yeah.
The thing that just sticks to itself.
Yeah.
As soon as saran wrap touches itself, it's done.
You're not getting
it out of that.
Use some scissors now.
But we're good on time, Mark. Where can they find you?
You can find me Instagram @ETCMarkyMark, Twitter @MC. No, my bad, it's the wrong way. Twitter @MarkyMark, Instagram @ETCMarkyMark, Twitch @MCMarkyMark. Victor, where can they find you, and etc.
Find me at Instagram and Twitter and Twitch, TikTok, basically any platform @ETCVictor. The etc. stuff is real etc. on every platform: Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, Twitch, the whole nine. You know, all of it. Emails real.etc@gmail.com. We love you guys. I'm happy to be back. Appreciate all the support lately. We've gotten like 100 new subscribers in the past month or so. So hello to all you new people. Almost 20,000 views on that one video that's coming up. It's almost doubled already. Mark, we pushing 50.
Yeah, we're pushing 50 right.
Let's see.
You was happening.
Let's see. We got to make another push.
Yeah.
Love you guys. See you next week. Bye.
Check y'all pockets.